long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees on the path to my own destruction or success. But what is a mistake without the lesson? See, the best teacher in life is your own experience. None of us know who we are until we fail. They say every man is defined by his reaction to any given situation. Well, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you do, homie, give your heart to it and stay strong. Stay strong.
Picture me rolling, tip of my chauffeur. Niggas look jealous, you gotta control it. Reaching my quota, mixing my soda. Feeling connected to God, trying to get closer. Stepping on roaches, me and my loasters. Just trying to get over, try not to get swallowed by locusts. Trying to stay focused, kinda like Moses. Like somebody chose us, weight on my shoulder. I feel these emotions, but still I keep going. I've been to a poet, I've been through the motions. I'm feeling heroic, but life is a dice game, and they dare you to blow it. You might get a stripe, man, but that ain't gon' pay for the strollers. It's never enough to console her. Tell her your daddy a soldier, she need you right now in this moment. Now dead on your back pushing roses. To me I'm just carving a sculpture and fine-tuning my approaches. Doubling back as an owner. The moment of truth is opponents, call them promoters.
Picture me rolling with my friends, not a worry. Then we get stopped by the police. Gotta make it home to my baby, 'cause these days niggas going crazy. Gotta make it home to my baby, 'cause these days niggas ain't me.
Standing right here is a guy who looks like Snoop Dogg. Damn. But he ain't Snoop Dogg. Well, you do look.
I get that all the time.
What's your name, man? You new and upcoming, but you're at this summit. What's your name? Where you from?
My name Nipsey Hussle. I'm from LA, Slauson and Crenshaw area. Y'all know.
Okay, well, Nipsey Hussle, that's named after Nipsey Russell, the comedian.
Correct, yes, yeah.
So talk a little bit about yourself, man. What brings you up here, up and coming, and, you know, how come you're not blinging and having all kind of crazy diamonds and all that? I guess you here to get your money right, huh?
All the time. I mean, you know, all that is cool for the image and all that, but all them is liabilities, you feel me? I'd rather invest in some real estate, you know what I'm saying? Something
Wait, can you repeat that again, man? You're up and coming artist. What did you say you want to do?
I say invest in some assets as opposed to trick off my money on some liabilities like diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Cars that lose value as soon as you drive them off the lot.
So you're trying to get land.
Exactly, homie. A real asset. Take care of my peoples, cause you know it look good, but at the end of the day, you losing value, homie. It ain't appreciating. It's depreciating. It's losing value.
What do you think? Why do you think it's so hard for people to get that message? You know, I mean, 1.5, you get guys that say they got to impress the females. Female ain't trying to talk to you unless you blinged out. On the other hand, you got other people feel like they got to show off to the homies and impress them with their riches. I mean, what do you think is how do we get that out of that mindset?
I mean, I feel like that's insecurity. Material things ain't nothing, you feel me? At the end of the day, it's who you is, you know? You wasn't born with it, you gonna die without it. So if you feel you need some diamonds or some jewelry to get at a female, it's because you feel you lack something within yourself, you know what I mean? So all that, as far as that angle, it's like I feel that's insecurity.
Now talk a little bit about yourself, man. You out here, what'd you say, Slauson, right off Crenshaw and all that, right? What, he's Egyptian?
No,
oh, you know,
East African.
Oh, see, she got it all wrong. She know.
Got the continent right, though.
Yeah, you got the continent. Okay, well, you know, she said he's Egyptian, you know. Ethiopia is a little bit different, man. It's a little bit over to the west, you know. She didn't take classes
It's
there.
all good, though. She got the continent right, though. And, you know what I mean? I'm African, but I'm from LA, though. You know what I mean?
All right, talk a little bit about what you're doing and how you're trying to make a difference in terms of the West Coast scene out here right now. How you trying to fit in? What's your angle?
I mean, I'm just representing what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? From a perspective of a young dude that been out in these streets in LA, you feel me? I'm just, you know, giving it to him raw and uncut. But at the same time, I'm not glorifying this violence that's popping out here because it ain't nothing to glorify. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really, it's like I look at my music like a snapshot of my neighborhood. You feel me?
What's your neighborhood like, man? Lots of big houses, pools,
I mean,
nice police officers and everything?
No, nothing like that. You feel me? You know.
Do they protect and serve in your neighborhood?
No, you feel me? They react. The police react. They don't stop nothing. It's still people getting killed, still robberies popping. Everything happen, they just react to it. You know what I'm saying? They take you to jail and make money off you after it happens. They don't stop nothing though. You feel me? The police don't protect and serve nothing. They just react to it. You feel me?
So let me ask you, LA right now has been experiencing a lot of black and brown stuff, a little violence going on there. What would you say to that? And somebody in your neighborhood coming from where you at, what message do you give so people can maybe see things in a different light?
I mean, I feel like, we got a common enemy, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel we got time to be beefing. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. That's divide and conquer, you know what I'm saying? That's Willie Lynch, you know what I mean? We got a common enemy in these capitalists that's taking control of our assets and colonizing what we doing. As far as rap music, as far as our continent we came from, our culture and all that, like, we got a common enemy, so we ain't got time to have issues amongst ourselves. The same as well as a black on black. I mean, it's to the point now where a motherfucker from Missoula, Montana could tell you more about the hood than a nigga from the hood. Feel me? Could tell you about some crippin' and blood more than a nigga that's in that lifestyle. It's because they got it under a microscope. They so fascinated, and it's so much of a phenomenon to them, and it's so entertaining to see us kill each other, and it's so exciting to them that they got it under a microscope. They damn near study everything a nigga do, from a nigga walk to a nigga talk to the type of music we do. And I ain't talking about black and white. I'm just talking about street and non-street, like gutter and suburb. You know what I mean? Like just have not and haves. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't. I'm not just on black and white. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of that too. But like you said, it's just like everything else. Africa was full of natural resources. What they do? All the diamonds, they came and got it. All the gold, they came and got it. All the niggas, they came and got us. You know what I mean? It's the continent is raped of all its resources. So, you know what I mean? I guess the word they call it is colonialism, when they come and colonize your land and take the resources.
That nigga just thought you was a regular gangbanger.
Yeah, I'm like I said,
using words like that.
Yeah, I'm just, we said it earlier. Like I educated myself. At one point I was ignorant and lost, but like you got to know yourself before you do anything. Before you can make a record, before you can have an opinion, you got to know yourself. So, the same thing going on with rap music. The same thing going on with all of our culture. Whether it's gang banging, whether it's trapping down south, whether it's hip hop, whatever it is, like if a motherfucker see it as an asset or as a resource, we don't got no means to go get it. You know what I mean? Other than our little pistols and handguns, we got choppers and all that. These niggas got millions of dollars, institutions set up, like the LAPD, like the feds, like the FBI. All this is their army, and they army make it to where you can inflict your will. Meaning, if a motherfucker don't want to do it from an agreement, you can come take it. If a nigga don't want to agree and do it verbally, well, you got an army to come enforce your will. So we that's what we lack. You know what I mean? We don't have no army that's gonna come protect our natural resources, because our shit is divided. You know what I'm saying? We don't even understand how we connected, because you a blood, I'm from 60s, fuck you, or you from Over, I'm from 60s, fuck you, or you from A-Tray, I'm from 60s, fuck you. And that's a fucked up mentality to have.
Yo, he trying to teach young niggas other shit. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm finna say. Like, like my nigga J-Rock. J-Rock from Bonnie Hunters. I'm from 60s. You know what I'm saying? We came together with our moves. You know what I mean? Because for a minute, it was the undertone in the street was, Nipsey don't fuck with J-Rock. J-Rock don't fuck with Nipsey. Them niggas got issues and all that. So we took a natural step to just sit down and chop it, like, and I fuck with the nigga based on the type of nigga he is, not based on who he is, where he come from, based on the nigga he is before all that, and vice versa. And now, I'm good over there. I can go through the nigga since my nigga. They know where I'm from, but it's a mutual respect. You can come to on Bryanhurst and on 10th Ave, and niggas gonna respect you.
Yeah.
So, then that's the example we trying to set. This shit been going on for decades. And a lot of niggas, that mentality grew into cancer and killed them. You know what I mean? So that's why a nigga want to reverse the mind state in our city. And that's what my whole movement is about. You know what I mean? Niggas might see me as he's a hypocrite because his video is him with his homies throwing his hood up. But nah, I'm just
representing where you from.
I'm expressing the culture of my city. Yeah. So, and I'm not talking to you niggas that would even say that. I'm talking to the niggas that's listening, the young niggas that's coming up looking at a Nipsey or a J-Rock or a Game or a Snoop Dogg as quote unquote inspiration.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you like I love you and I don't even know you. But on hood, if I don't love you, I'm gonna tell you whatever. I'm gonna tell you what's in my benefit. If I love you, I'm gonna tell you what's in your benefit. And repeating the mistakes niggas like us made, the niggas before us and the niggas before them made, is not in your benefit. Yo, what's in your benefit is to get around shit like this. To get behind the camera.
$100 million niggas.
Yeah.
That's why we provide an opportunity. That's what we gotta set it up.
That's it.
And that's
Nipsey Hussle, me and my partner Big U discovered Nipsey Hussle. That's a fact. It's fact. My partner Big U came home from the penitentiary after 14 years and said, I'm from 60s and I want to get in the music industry. And we went and tried to look for music, and he was giving me music. And then he brought me this thing called Slauson Boys, and I listened to it. I'm like, yo, who's this kid? He says, I don't know, I gotta ask the homies.
You know, and people started asking for him. One day I'm on Slauson and Crenshaw, big draws, Steve LaBelle, they rolled up on me. They said they wanted to hear some hood shit. So I took them up to the liquor store right up the street, got the hood shit. When I showed them Nip video, me and Nip video, their mouths dropped to the ground. And they've been on ever since.
And he came back and said his name is Nipsey Hussle. I'm like, damn, that name is amazing. And there's a Nipsey Russell. I said, I want to see what he looks like. So we went to the hood, to the liquor store, and pulled out this DVD with this hanger from the bulletproof thing in the liquor store. Pulled it out, went back to his house, watched the DVD, and I'm like, wow, this guy looks like Snoop. I got to meet this kid. And Nipsey pulled up. And after that, it was amazing. I loved the kid. I loved his persona. I loved everything about him.
Stevie Lobel? Yeah, Stevie Lobel. That's my manager. But I met Steve Lobel through one of my homeboys and also his partner in my management, Big U. So basically what happened, Big U came home from the penitentiary. He had did 13 years. And my movement was already in progress as far as, you know, mixtapes, being in the streets, doing shows and all that, and just developing the buzz in LA. And Big U came home, introduced me to Steve. Steve was a 20-year vet in the industry. So Steve had all the relationships with the A&Rs and the DJs and the labels and the artists. Exactly. So when I pressed play on my music, for him, he started believing in it, and he just opened up his whole Rolodex to me. You know what I mean?
Nipsey Hussle is about to be one of the biggest rappers. That's your dude. Tell me how you and Nipsey got together.
Oh, well, that's my little homeboy. We grew up in the same neighborhood I did. When I came out, I was out about 2 years, and I heard his music. And after I heard his music, I took a liking to it. I felt he could be the next one to take us both to the next level.
Golden era of hip-hop, in my opinion, was when I was like growing up. So Nas, Jay, Big, Snoop. And I said to Felly, I was like, bro, like, this is the hottest shit in LA right now. This can't be it. Like, no disrespect to Hot Dollar, it was just like decent music. And he was like, well, there's this kid Nipsey Hussle, but he's a real street dude. I don't know if you're gonna wanna, he's in the mix out there. So I flew home, and then that night I just went on MySpace, and I looked him up, and he had like one song on there, this song called Bullets Ain't Got No Names, and I was like, yo, this is fucking incredible. You know, I named my company Cinematic because when you think of whoever your guys' favorite artists are in here, like if you close your eyes and just like listen to the music, they're gonna paint a picture for you, you know what I mean? Like, and it's cinematic, it's visual. So I listened to Bullets Ain't Got No Names, and I felt like I was on 60th and Crenshaw with him, like, you know, experiencing that. So immediately I flew back out there, signed Nip.
I really came directly straight out the streets into this music. Like I was doing music forever, but I fell back, you feel me? So when my situation presented itself, I was full throttle, full time, knee deep in the streets. And I just fell back into the studio at the drop of one dime when I seen the situation that it was real. You know what I mean? Because I had put years into it and time into it, and it all ended with the police raiding my shit, taking my equipment, and bucking me up, and me having to fight my case, my brother going to the pen. So, you know, at that point we lost everything. The houses that we had got foreclosed on. The cars got taken, the jewelry got taken in the raids, the studios got taken, everything I took.
the stores that we had, the shops. We had a t-shirt store on Crenshaw and Slauson.
Okay.
Slauson tees that got taken. So everything crumbled, you feel me? And I was just like, at one of my lowest points. You know, I'm a real nigga. I'm always pushed through it.
Definitely.
I was just like, you know, I gotta get money. I gotta get back in the streets and do what I do. It just so happened at that time, the deal situated. Niggas started hearing my tapes and started wanting to get back and create lanes for West Coast artists, and everybody wanted to come to the table and offer a deal. So here I am again. I'm like, fuck it, let me give it one more try. Let me give it one more push.
The way that the record deal developed was it was a fruit of our labor. You feel me? At the end of the day, that was the overall goal since day one, was to get either a distribution deal for our label or to be signed to a major label as an artist. You feel me? That was the whole objective since day one. So, you know what I'm saying? Now here we is, 2008. The shit, to finally we didn't reach that goal. That ain't the final destination, you know. But that was one of our major goals, was to get that deal.
I mean, these folks found you, or you found them? How did that go about?
No, they found me, you know. They was kind of like looking for what we was doing. LA, it's a void in LA. It ain't no LA music coming out right now. You feel me? So
yeah, hip hop's kind of boring right now, my nigga.
Yeah, straight business, homie. You know, the South doing their stuff, but other than that, it's like, you know, we ain't hear nothing from the East, from the West. It's really just all in the South right now. That's a good thing, but you know, it's a demand for some West Coast music. So you know, they was asking around, like the nigga I signed to, John Shapiro. He got a deal up there at Sony. I mean, he got a label at Sony called Cinematic Music Group. You know, he used to manage Felly Fail, manage High Tech. He asked Felly, like, you know, who's the nigga on the West? Felly like, man, it's a nigga named Nipsey. You know, Slauson boys, he from 60s, you need to holler at him. Like, you know, he can go, like, you need to fuck with cuz. So he checked my MySpace out, got in contact with my folks and all that. And since that day, everything he said he was gonna do, he done made happen. You know, he like, I'm gonna get you a deal. It's nothing, I could walk in any one of these labels, we can get this shit done. Like, I'm gonna get you in with these big producers, we're gonna get some big records and make this shit happen. Well, the deal I got a unique situation. Cause you know, they was kind of like they wanted to do the deal. It wasn't like we got it them with a demo, they got it us with an offer. So we had a little bit of leverage to negotiate. So they don't own no publishing. You know what I'm saying? I'm signed directly to the label. There's no middleman. There's no production company in between it. It's a one album with 3 options. So basically what that means is it's a 1 album deal with 3 options of the label. So where, you know what I'm saying, based on the success of the first project, they got the option to keep me for 3 more. So it's
the options on their side.
On their side, exactly.
Okay.
It's always on the label side.
Okay.
Always. You feel me? If anything, it'll be a one-off, which would mean like one album deal, and we sit down again after this album. But they not gonna never do that to something they investing money in. You feel me? They want a commitment. They want at least 3 or 4 albums.
I was hollering at Mack's boy Jazzy D.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Master P as far as holding 85% of all his publishing and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
That's sort of like how your deal is right now, or
no?
Are you sharing some of your publishing with these cats?
No. Well, as of right now, I own 100% of my publishing. You know what I'm saying? All of it, yeah, off top.
What they getting out the deal?
They getting back end royalties. You feel me? They getting merchandising. They getting a piece of my touring because they gave me more money up front for that shit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get a piece of my when I do big shows and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Usually the artists hold on to
touring and merchandising.
Right.
Yeah, but they got a thing called a 360 deal, because what it is now, the labels ain't making money off record sales. They're making money off digital downloads, ringtones, and a thing called a 360 deal, which is what they'll do. They'll say, look, you a hot artist, we finna invest into you, we gonna blow you up, but you gonna have leverage to capitalize off of that by doing shows for buku amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? By doing merchandising deals with Reebok, like Jay-Z, or like 310 Motors with Game. You feel me? That goes straight all to the artist. The label don't eat. And they like, damn, we put marketing money behind you and blowing you up into this household name that make these companies want to put money into you and do deals with you, but we not eating off of it. So what they do now is they'll say, all right, Nip, we're going to give you so-and-so amount of money up front on top of your artist advance for signing this deal, but we want 15% for 2 years of your merchandising and your touring. And I'll be like, no, y'all can't have 15%. Y'all can have 10% for this amount of money for 2 years. And they'll be like, all right, shoot. I mean, you know, motherfuckers gonna say what they gonna say. It is what it is. Whatever niggas say, it's what it is. We all eating, we all getting money, my nigga. I'm in a good position. I'm happy. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? We got our foot in the door. You know what I mean? The big homie made his little
his position felt. Got me on the Pac album, got me sent to Japan, you know what I'm saying, and put money in the nigga pocket, you know what I'm saying. Niggas automatically want to make an assumption, oh, that's that Suge Knight shit, cause woo, woo, woo. All right, man, you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, cause we Crips, my nigga, you know what I'm saying. So it's a mutual understanding as homeboys before this money and this music shit. You feel me?
Yeah, basically before my deal and before I really had an outlet to get my music out, I was just full-time hustling and part-time rapping. Like I always had a passion for rap music, and I was always trying to create the situation to where I could do this full-time. I got money on the street for a while. I wasn't making $1 million in the street. I ain't gonna tell that lie. We got hundreds of thousands in the street though, me and my brother. We did that at an early age. I was on Crenshaw and Slauson, I was on Bryanhurst, I was on 10th Avenue, them was my blocks. I had my whole hood on smash at a point in time. Everybody was getting their work from me. I kind of stepped away from that consciously because I seen what was going on. Dudes that I knew personally get football numbers that was my age, get hundreds and hundreds of years doing the same thing that I was doing. I told myself in my head, like the main thing I told myself was like, sometimes you gotta take 2 steps back to take 10 forward. I mean, I gotta fall back from having my jewelry, you know what I mean, having my everyday money, riding around the hood on leather and chrome, smoking weed all day, calling the homies up. You got that for me? For sure. Going to pick up 200 here, 500 here, 1,000 here, and that's my day. I had to let go of that luxury, go back to being a young dude that was pinching every penny. Maybe had $20 a day to spend, 10 on a sack of weed, 10 to eat, just so I could stay creative and work. And it was hard for my ego. And I was used to being that young fly nigga, take my pick of whatever female I want, at all the parties, all the clubs, the spotlight was on me. I did everything with my process, point A to point Z. I went out and made the relationships with the producers. I took the music into my house, imported it into Pro Tools, graded the shit out, recorded myself, ran from the Pro Tools to the mic and back and forth, bounced it down, burnt it on CD, took it into the street, promoted myself, sold it myself, went into these meetings, articulated my vision to the label, signed the deal, put my first foot forward to the street with my mixtape series. This was all me. So if my engineer tell me, oh, we can't do that, I engineer, my nigga, so you get out the seat, let me take care of that. Or if my team say, oh, that's not gonna work. If you go to Queens or Manhattan or Brooklyn and you wanna go to every high school and surround their high schools and really do grassroots promotion, oh, that's not gonna connect. Well, you don't do it, then I'll do it, because I've done this and I know the effect it has. I ain't got to my millions in this industry yet. We still on them hundreds of thousands. We trying to get to that million, me as a new artist coming in. So I'm used to this type of money because it's not to the point where it's rap money, $1 million, $2, $3 million, $5 million, and then Hollywood money, $10 million. It's not to that right now. It's to the 50,000s and 100,000s and 20,000. So I understand the mentality behind that money. I understand that that's not money that changes your life. I understand that you don't go hit the club and spend 5 racks at night off of your advance. You know what I'm saying? Because I done did that with my street money and woke up the next day with no work and a gang of niggas calling my phone up and I'm missing all this money because I balled out last night and I hit the club crazy and I felt like I was that nigga for the one night as opposed to having a consistent progress. Hustle in the house. All money in, no money out. Even Let's Talk Money. These are all titles off my mixtape. You know what I'm saying? RSC to the day I die. I'm from Slauson. I got a lot of concepts and titles that revolve around the state of this violent world we live in. 1 second, I have this standpoint, but then on the next record, I might take a different standpoint and speak on this topic from the perspective of intelligence, of somebody that wants to change this problem, somebody that wants to resolve the conflict. Then I might speak on it from a position of somebody that's actively involved in this, hustle in the house. Then I might speak on it from somebody that feels trapped in this. So it's a gang of different perspectives of how this state of reality is real and how it affects everybody. And that's kind of like the theme of Bullets Ain't Got No Names as the title of my series. Volume 1, 2, and 3 is all different spins off of that. Every song represents a different position that you can take on that topic as if it was a debate.
Right now I'm in LA, right here on Slauson Crenshaw. I'm showing my boy Nipsey Hussle. What up, world? Y'all know what it is, day in the life, you know. My boy 4W is out here doing us. At the world famous Slauson Av store, flagship store, Crenshaw brand hustle shit. chilling though, man. Like I said, we on a video marathon. Gang of shit coming to World Store. Album coming out soon. Mixtapes and shit coming. Slauson Boy mixtapes and drops.
So yeah, check this out, man. Right now we're on Slauson Av. We're right here in front of Nipsey Hussle's shop, Slauson Av. He's got all the shirts, those Crenshaw shirts that you guys might have seen all around. Those are it.
This is where you get them at. Or you can get them online at www.slausonav.com.
See, for all those people who don't know, Nipsey is not just a rapper. He got his own business going. And not only that, man, he's done already 3 videos, 3 movies.
Yeah, 3 films under the belt. You know, I'm
tell what movies
diving in the Hollywood thing a little bit. The names of the movies, one of them was called Love Chronicles 2. Another one was called The Wrath of Cain. And the last one I did was called I Tried. So I had three roles. All of them were speaking roles. You know what I mean? I feel like my last one, I nailed it. You know what I mean? So I got my SAG shit going, so you know what I mean? But I'm focused on music first. I just, you know, some people reached out. I made acquaintances with Big Range. We became friends. So, you know, he had some films he was involved in and one that he wrote specifically for me. So I tried it out. I like it. And when the time is right, I'm gonna dive back into it. Yeah.
You got that new single popping.
Lloyd, feeling myself, featuring Lloyd. Shout out my nigga Lloyd. Shout out 1500 and nothing. Yeah, that's all I do.
Go. And when I stepped in, they say, man.
This is where Nipsey grew up too, man.
Yeah, this the parking lot that, you know what I'm saying, I first started selling my shit out my trunk, and it wasn't no t-shirt store. It was a Quick and Split before it was Mack. This was a clothing store somebody else owned. We was about 15, 14 out in the parking lot going up. We was selling music. We were doing what all these young niggas do, trying to get money around here, grinding. Then we transitioned to music, transitioned to art music. And then, you know what I'm saying, built from that foundation. And then we came back and started the store. And this is actually the second store. We had one 2 doors down, the police raided. I went to jail, my brother went to jail. Y'all heard about it on the records, but we back out, so it's the new and improved. That's why I can smoke with my stuff. You feel me? My balls. You know what I mean? This is all my folks. Family on. My nigga Rampart, you know what I mean? My nigga Prosper back there doing his thing. Pops, you know what I mean? We here zoning out, you know what I mean? We fans of the music too. We got Tiger playing in the background, Gucci playing in the background, got mixtapes for sale. We doing us.
This is hood right here. You see that? This you can come to this t-shirt shop.
At the bottom, bro, we got the mixtape shit cracking.
Shout out to Slauson Boys.
3, you know what I mean? Got that new exclusive only. You can get this at Slauson Tees. This is a mixtape, ain't even been released yet. This the Slauson Boys mixtape. There goes the Neighborhood Volume 1.
Bro, this is my homie right here.
Yep. Oh, plastic. You know what I mean? We chilling with my Crenshaw, Slauson Neighborhood, and that Jordan Towers.
And we out,
Marathon continues. Hustle.
That's what's up.
Coming out of like that epic situation, because I felt like when you dropped that single with Lloyd, I remember we were one of the stations in Vegas that supported it. What did you learn from that experience, being on that major label and going through that and getting to where you are now and really embracing the independent movement? What did you learn, man, going through all that?
You know, first off, I feel like Epic took a big chance and a big risk financially and just, you know, in general, dealing with me and giving me the, you know, the initial push. They spent $1 million cash, you know, to begin with, not to my pocket, but on marketing, on recording and everything. It was about $1 million got spent. And I was privileged to be, you know, inside of the building, and I got to see what a major label was. And it's like a car, it's a system of systems. You got your brake system, your steering system, your acceleration system, your cooling system. It's just like a car. Major label got radio promotions, they got, they used to have street promotions, A&R department, executive department, business affairs. And so I just got to see and understand, you know, one of the biggest labels, the one that had Michael Jackson, the one that had Sade, the one that had the Eagles. You know, these dudes service music at the highest level in the game. So I got educated by being in the building. And once I realized what was going on, even while I was still signed, when they were still pushing, I'm like, man, if I was indie with this knowledge, and I was the company, and I could have an artist like Nipsey Hussle as my artist, I would be able to do so many cool things, and I'll be able to excite the people, and I'll be able to really, really change the game. And so at the end of 2009, going into 2010, there was a regime change in the building. You know, the labels play musical chairs, you know, it'd be different people all the time. And the new people that came in, you know, they just didn't have the same vision that the people that brought me in had. And also,
I don't think they would have got any credit if I dropped the album and it was successful, because that wasn't their call to something.
Right.
And so combination of those two factors led to us just having a real conversation. We sat down, and I'm like, you know, let me go continue to build if we're not gonna be able to do this with our full-hearted belief.
Right.
And they was cool about it, and they gave me a clean release, and that don't really happen with artists that they built to the level I was at that point.
Yeah, like you said, they spent a lot of money on you.
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of times they want to get something back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's dope.
So you know, I got no bad blood to Epic. I feel like the time wasn't right. It wasn't my time to drop a major project. It was my time to continue to build my brand and demonstrate the newfound information that I had soaked up being on the inside of that company.
There was some sort of situation that happened, some sort of shootout with you, Nipsey, LAPD, something.
No, that was what was that? It wasn't no shooting. It wasn't no shooting. It was where the police was shooting.
Yeah.
And it was a family dispute.
It's fucked up.
You know what I mean? And that's what happened. Families had disputes, you know what I mean? And that's my little brother, you know what I'm saying? I love him to death. We just did the whole little tour. But I mean, it was like any and everybody else. Sometimes you have a dispute and you gotta get understanding. We come from a place where that happens. You know what I mean? And like I said, if he got a problem, I got a problem. And if I got a problem, he definitely gonna have a problem.
Right. There was a fallout. So I didn't take nothing. There was a fallout, and I sided with Big U. And now everything's fine until this day, and everything's love.
All right. As you grow in fame, you get more money, you get more famous. Do you find it difficult to keep up the relationships in your local community? Because I know a lot of people, they get, like your best friends can turn on you and get jealous when they see something, you know, and it turns into a group of people trying to hold you back and keep you at the level you are, you know, the different things that you represent in your local community, you know. It may get a little difficult to please him and to not go Hollywood, as they would say.
That's another one of the big struggles you're gonna deal with as an artist, especially if you come from LA, or especially if you come from the streets in general. And you know, you got a lot of people that feel entitled to your success on their time frame. Because a lot of times in my situation, I had plans to do for a lot of people that helped me, but it just wasn't on their time frame. And I've never been one to speak about what I'm gonna do, especially if it's something generous. I don't feel like you know what I'm saying, you broadcast that, you just do it. And a lot of times people be like, damn, it been a year, he been on for a year, I ain't got nothing yet. You know what I'm saying, fuck this nigga, he ain't, you know what I'm saying, he Hollywood, he ain't doing nothing for me. When, you know, and it's an understanding on my side too. You have to understand what's going on with the way people looking at you. They might assume you got 100 million because they heard your song on the radio. And that's just not the reality of how the shit works. You know what I'm saying? And they might assume you got a chain on or a watch or a car, that you balling out of control. And, you know, that's not the reality of the situation. You got responsibilities, you got priorities, you got bills, you got taxes. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to end up like Wesley Snipes or none of these other rappers. So, you know, it's a process. You gotta, over time, hopefully you don't go to jail reacting emotionally in the process of evolving into your success. Or get, God forbid, anything, you know, we all know what can happen, the downfalls out here, but it's an art in surviving that transition. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, in my situation, in my scenario, it was more so like, don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just think. Don't even react to the shit, to the negativity. Sometimes it'll knock on your door. Like we got into it recently. We had an altercation. You know what I'm saying? With some people we used to do business with. It was all over the internet and all that. But the bottom line with that was, you know, it became a situation that couldn't be avoided. You know what I mean? It had to be addressed. But with me, 9 times out of 10, my reaction as an LA, as somebody that came up out here, as somebody that with the bullshit at the end of the day, is to just go hard. But you can't do that. Because, you know what I'm saying, you wanna live life in the direction of where you're going. And you wanna, the person you're trying to become, you wanna live like that today. You know what I mean by that? Like, you wanna be successful, you wanna be a mogul, you wanna be, you know, a legendary artist. So you have to live like that today. Or if you want to be a nigga that got life in jail, or that got 100 years, or that on the run from the police, you can live like that today. But what you do is going, you know what I'm saying, it's going to dictate what happens in the future. So I just try to, you know, create a program in my life that goes in the direction of what I'm trying to do, you know?
Now you just spoke about reading, man, and that's something you don't hear a lot about in hip hop and with rappers and with to be honest, just people or black people. Period.
Hip-hop generation, most definitely.
Can you express to people how important it is to read? Because I personally think that if you read, even if you didn't finish college or this, that, and the third, but if you read, you can educate yourself. Can you express that to the people out there?
I feel the same way, bro. I didn't really graduate high school. You know, I left early when I was like 14, but I was always, you know, had books around me. My mom always, you know what I mean, kept books in the house and it made it important that I was well versed. Yeah. You know, so it's a habit I just kept as I grew older. Yeah. And I just read things I was interested in. You know, I started off reading magazines, you know what I mean? That's how I learned about hip hop culture outside of LA. Right. By reading like XXL and The Source, hearing about classic albums from other places and all that. Right. And then like anything I was interested in, I read the magazines about it. Right. And I just started getting into books and just like you said, a lot of my best ideas, a lot of my business savvy, which you know, I ain't the smartest dude, but I know what I know. You know, came from books. Like I read books about the industry, I read books about the deals that was done in the industry. Right. And these dudes, you know, held out and made certain decisions that empowered them for the rest of their career. And that's what they be threatening rappers with, like, well, how you gonna be big? How you gonna become a star without our marketing machine? Who said a nigga, that was a nigga goal? My shit on the wall, my nigga, at above all, create something to be proud of. That's my goal, that's my mentality with all my projects. To be proud of the motherfuckers forever, not for the moments when they splash and they getting talked about. Forever, I can go back and listen, I'm proud of it, still. They forced my hand. I had to think of ways, nigga, cause I'm not selling for underground. I'm not cool with that. And I'm not selling for non-ownership. I ain't cool with that. So I gotta find a middle ground. How do I own my shit and still be received on the mainstream platform and to be able to compete on the mainstream platform? Cause I'm better than niggas. Niggas can't fuck with me. Niggas ain't real as me. Niggas ain't live life how a nigga live life, make the decisions a nigga made, or the sacrifices. Niggas ain't stand up when it was time to stand up. So I'm playing with a handicap, but I'm still getting judged on my results. My whole strategy is what's the middle ground? How do I compete on that level without giving up ownership? Because that's the catch-22 that they got us in. And they like this social pressure to compete. You rapping, you want to be the top nigga. Because what else is niggas playing for if they don't want the ring or the crown? The labels know that. And they making it like the only way to that is through him. Fuck that, nigga. We got power, we got the internet, we got our people. And a nigga gonna shut down industry now. That's my goal. I'm trying to blockbuster them niggas. I'm Netflix, they blockbusters. You know what I'm saying? Blockbusters had an opportunity to fuck with Netflix and they didn't. And then Netflix shut their business down. It's over, they bankrupt. It's a wrap. When the last time you rented a video, bro? When the last time you was on Netflix? This morning, a couple days ago.
This morning.
Me too. And that's the same thing gonna happen with these labels. They was trying to play too hard. They got gassed up. Nigga, they thought shit was sweet. Like niggas wasn't gonna figure it out. And now, fuck your check. Nigga don't even want the money. Nigga gonna get it on his own. Nah, I will never sign and be somebody's artist. Okay. I record for all money in. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be how I stay. Now, signing and having strategic partners, two different things. I'll definitely, you know, partner. And when I say partner, I mean in the true sense of the word. You know, a partner is somebody you're equal to. In terms of equity, in terms of control, in terms of, you know, ideas. Partnership is not
anything less than 50-50. Sometimes it's more in one direction, but it's never less than 50-50. So, you know, if it makes sense, like I'll take a meeting and I'll listen. I got a definitive idea of what I'm gonna do. I'm not up for no negotiations at all. I got my number, I got my structure, I know what I want. And so, you know, it ain't even about sitting down talking, it's about sending the terms over, and if they with it, they gonna do it. If not, we gonna keep pushing how we pushing. And we good, we comfortable in the lane we in. I'm proud of what I do more than anything else, you know what I'm saying? I think that's my number one goal. I got it written in my studio. At the end of this whole situation, create something to be proud of. That's the first rule. You know, so when you get on a label, you gotta make songs that you don't believe in, and you gotta, you know, jump through hoops to get your record on the shelf. I'm not with none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what's the upside of it? That you get a bigger audience or that you be a bigger star? Fuck all that. They can keep that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't what we in it for. You know, so my thing is just, like I said, I got my idea of what it's gonna cost. You know, I got a vision for what I want my company to represent, what I want me as an artist to represent. And if a record label want to step outside of their traditional business model to be part of what we're doing, we know how much it's gonna cost them, and we know the structure of what that's gonna be. So it's really on them. It ain't nothing about us budging. It's about them budging, meeting us where we want to be met at. Yeah. Once the culture changes, it's over. Reality changes. So nigga, once the culture changes with these expectations that artists have, what the label gonna do? They're gonna do one or two things. They're gonna give niggas better deals, or they're gonna crumble and turn into blockbusters. Cause all the real artists gonna want that bragging right. The nigga, I'm fuck the middleman, proud to pay. Self-made, nigga. Niggas that can't say that, it's gonna be like, nigga, you got a silver spoon in your mouth. Nigga, you ain't from the hood. Nigga, you spoiled. That's how they gonna look at it. Like, you ain't struggle, nigga. You ain't build this shit yourself. You got blessed, nigga. They helped you. So your success is getting gauged as it was supposed to happen. Whereas when you're doing it yourself, your success is getting gauged as like, how is this shit happening? You know? But I'm confident, nigga. These motherfuckers, these units gonna sell.
Yeah. We back. What's up, man?
You already hear Nip Hussle. What's good, man?
Easy. What's up, big homie?
How are you feeling? Crenshaw has got like 1 billion downloads so far, and you're giving it away for free.
Yeah.
People already know, but for those that don't yet, the big thing that everybody is talking about and stuff, not just the music is dope. That's a given. That's kind of like you already know you're getting that.
Thank you.
But you put copies for sale for $100 for a mixtape that people can get for free, that you're also giving away for free.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a concept. It was basically like always by choice, never by force. If you're proud to pay for it, this the price of it. It come with a concert experience that nobody else can get. So if you wanted to buy tickets to the concert outside of the project, you can't do that. It's only for the people that felt engaged and motivated enough to come buy the original $100 copy. So they get the music on a hard copy disc, and they also get the experience of coming to this private concert that we putting together.
That'd be crazy.
And the expectations was exceeded by far. I mean, originally, bro, I was gonna give away the project on that piff. You know, we was gonna tour off of it, support it with videos, and do the traditional, 1-2 punch, right?
Yep.
But I listened to the music and I looked at the artwork, and I was just like, I looked at what I've done already, and I looked at the era we was in, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna sell some physicals. So when I decided I wanted to sell physicals, I'm like, and I'm gonna charge $100 for them. But my goal was not to sell out. It was to create conversation. I wanted people to get mad. I wanted people to say, why is this album $100? I gotta listen to this shit, because if it's not the greatest album ever, this dude's crazy. And so my intention was to create conversation solely. And I think that worked. People started talking about it, but then I knew I had a certain amount of people that was engaged to the point of they wanted to support me based on what I've given them free already. Mm-hmm. And so, my motto's always been F the middleman.
From one businessman to another, Jay-Z made a resounding cry of support for Nipsey Hussle's new mixtape, Crenshaw. In a campaign called Proud to Pay, Nipsey Hussle printed 1,000 physical copies of his new mixtape and then slapped a $100 price tag on each one of them. Nip posted this photo on Instagram showing Jay-Z's purchase, but no one knew how big a purchase it was. until this photo popped up on Jay-Z's lifeandtimes.com showing 4 tall stacks of the mixtape.
A lot of big name people, like, I guess respected the move.
I saw a picture of somebody from S. Carter Enterprises.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I mean, he tell me.
How many copies did he buy?
Oh, man, we shipped a box to New York, you know what I'm saying? Box of 100.
At a time when paying for music is almost always optional, Nipsey Hussle made a simple declaration. If you're a real fan, you'll be proud to pay. And his fan base responded. Nipsey Hussle and others posted pictures of fans waiting in line for the $100 CD, and one day after the release, all 1,000 copies have been sold. The high-priced mixtape includes an autograph and a concert ticket to a Nipsey show. But if you don't want to pay, no problem, you can still get a free download.
What up? Up front, what's happening? This right side popping, what up? Yeah, what up?
We got turned down, we failed, had setbacks, had to start over a lot of times, but we kept going at it. In anybody's case, that's always the distinguishing factor. And I think that's my challenge when I create. I got a few objectives. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be the most applicable and most understandable and most, entertaining and most authentic. A representation of what's real to me.
Putting on for my city got 100 stats. I'm the realest nigga in it, can't front on that. Some fake niggas hate me because they want to rap. But if they dumb enough to say it, I'ma fucking snap.
At the time, now, it was a different energy, we carried. And it was different, life we was living. I drive through now. I'm off probation. I'm fully legit. I'm fully professional as an artist. I moved through it and it's like, I'm proud of the struggle and I'm proud of the hard times, but it's like, it's real. It's do or die right now. So then, to drive down Crenshaw, I got so many memories on this street, and then looking up and seeing a billboard, that's a different kind of reward. It's your peers, your people that seen you growing. It's inspiration.
Where your camera at, bro? Which one is yours? Right here? These dope, man. I'ma rock this. Show. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Bring some to my shop, too. Drop some off in my store. Them motherfuckers are fly.
You know what I mean? And I think that's very inspiring to people in the area that been knowing me, that bought my first mixtape out of the liquor stores. I remember me putting my posters up, stapling my posters. I think they look up and like, wow, that's a dope story. It's dope when I can put on a Crenshaw beanie, a Crenshaw shirt, and, see the influence it has on different people after the fact. That's tight. So to see, young people out there right now doing that, for a handshake, a picture, to get, access to the capsule first. People don't, do that for no reason.
We so LA right now.
What up, man?
Neighborhood Nip.
What's up with it, man? We back. What's going on, brothers?
Nip, man. You tell us. Roll right now, man.
Yeah, we grinding. We just got off tour. You know what I'm saying? We did the Crenshaw tour.
Yes.
Support the mixtape. We did 33 cities in the U.S. The tour was cracking. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best test of a record. You know what I'm saying? It's the show. When your records work on stage, mission accomplished. Go to the concert and you get on that stage, you ain't gotta rap. You can get a mic to the crowd. They giving it back to you.
Yeah, let's do it, y'all, baby. Bounce! I'm coming straight off the Slauson Av, like the motherfucking Nipsey. Cause I grew up in the 60s. So you rap niggas try to diss me. I go hard, that's why your bitch wanna play me. Big guns, nigga.
And people can't fake it, you know what I'm saying? The show not gonna fake it, the crowd's not gonna fake it. So when they give it back to you, it's like, all right, cool. That's what you aiming for.
Till next time, the motherfucking marathon continues.
Life in general gonna give you his game. If you love it, if you pay attention, music, business, all of these things can fest their essence if your intentions is right.
Turn that up. You gotta bang that for him. Turn that up. Cause we love you, nigga. And we don't say that. That's what they mad at. You see that's what it is. Do your investigation, do your job, do your let him keep helping us. Let him keep giving us them discounts. That's the black Superman. Well, why they taking him to jail? That's bullshit.
Fuck him anyway, Nipsey. Keep your head up, homeboy. They just mad at you, homeboy.
Yeah, they got him on something.
They just mad at you.
That's okay, baby.
They just mad at you.
You'll be out in a few hours. I was just gonna say, them right there.
Yeah, they just want some of your change, my nigga. It is what it is. They crafty.
Hello, man.
Let's just follow tramps. Tramps. Straight bullshit. Y'all already got
You got a lawsuit, Betty. Get you some rest. We'll see you tomorrow in a couple hours. You got a lawsuit.
Rapper Nipsey Hussle had a little dust up with LAPD when they detained him because they thought that he had a gun. He was driving around an area where a Trayvon Martin protest rally was going on, and from the helicopters, the cops said he was doing something that made them think that he had a weapon on him. Now, the update on the story is that Nipsey says the police used excessive force searching his car and holding him outside in front of everyone in the public for over 4 hours and then finding nothing. So we don't know the real reason why he was held, but the cops say that they thought he was doing something that made them think he had a gun. Held him for 4 hours. Happy America.
Nipsey is here. I noticed something on Instagram, you know, it was a couple weeks ago. Popo had y'all pulled over on some nothingness.
Yeah, you know, they just based on who works in my store and who, you know, help put it together. They got their own preconceived notion of what goes on. Even though we pay taxes, everybody's on payroll. It's a completely legitimate store. They still come in there and act like it's a dope spot. And come with 15 police and kick the door down, search under t-shirts, don't find nothing. And you know, last time I was a little upset, so I just gave my boy how I felt, and they booked me for some frivolous bullshit. I was out in a couple hours.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so the actual brand, the name of the brand obviously is the Marathon, and it just stands for endurance. It stands for staying down. It stands for like not quitting, accepting the ups and downs of whatever game you commit yourself to and riding it out, you feel me? Because, you know, that's the reality of, you know, success or greatness, that it come with a roller coaster ride, you know? So I think that anybody could apply the Marathon concept to what they do, if it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you're on a marathon, you know? So to make that the basis of our, you know, fashion line, I look at it like, you know, we honor the people that ain't quit. We honor the people that stay down. Biggest. So I think it's gonna be dope, man. I think that, you know, the people that been supporting us at the original location, you know, it's right next door, so we're not gonna lose any of that, but there also will be a upgraded experience for all those that been messing with us, and then everybody that's new to us. You know, I think that we're gonna set off a trend in the area of just, you know, offering a higher experience to the area. Because, you know, we want nice things over here. We value nice things. We have resources to, you know, support nice things. And, you know, we also want things of value that represent us. So, you know, June 17th, you know, we really proud to open the door. This was like 3-4 years in the making. We went through a lot of stages with this, and everybody put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. So, June 17th, Crenshaw and Slauson, Marathon store, flagship grand opening. Y'all come check us out.
Nip could have taken his money and opened up a store anywhere.
Let me just say on behalf of the city of Los Angeles, this is the biggest grand opening of any business anywhere in Southern California today.
This was always one of our dreams, was to be able to like come inside in this parking lot. We was always outside hustling in the actual lot, and we just, out of just being here for so long, realized that it makes sense to be owners or, you know, have businesses in this parking lot. It was a important intersection. There was a lot of commerce going on, and it made sense. Like, then if we can actually get in here, we'll be able to really elevate what we're trying to do. We saw what's going on Fairfax, what's going on Melrose and Soho and in Japan with their boutiques and just with the shopping experience in the stores and how it adds value to the actual brand. And so we wanted to do something like that in our own space though, and just tell our own story and reflect our own opinion on fashion.
This is the first smart store in the world. Talk to us about the technology that's included into the store.
Every product, every logo on the wall, there's a section where there's art on the wall. Every tag on each product is programmed with content. So there's content on the tags right now. And so once you make a purchase, you know, you take the product home. There's an app you download, the Marathon Store app, and you can put the actual phone to the tag of the clothes and the content will stream. What that'll do is, let's say I got a song with a big artist, and instead of giving it to Apple Music or giving it to a streaming site to...
You can stream it exclusively in the store.
Yeah, I can attach it to a product and say you can get the song available 3 days before it come out officially if you come buy this t-shirt. It's streaming off the tag. And so after that campaign is over, a year later, I can say, hey, anybody that bought the red Crenshaw baseball V-neck, check your tag. It could be in your dirty clothes from you bought it a year ago. Like I said, I just uploaded a new piece of content to this shirt. And because you bought it, you get it first. It'll come out 3 days later on all the traditional platforms. But as a reciprocation for the support, you get the content first. So I think that's unique. You got a whole wall on that side. It's just a logo, and that'll be the visual wall. So we won't put audio to that wall. We put documentaries or music videos or whatever on the wall.
I see you have glass cases with the music in there. You know, at stores before, like the FYE and things like that, you got to preview the music.
Right.
But you did it a little bit different with the app. So tell me a little bit about that.
That's the Proud to Pay section of the store. And what it is my whole catalog is each CD is propped up in the window. And again, on your app, you can put the app to the CD and just get a preview of the music. And it'll stream directly off the image and then go to the next one and listen. I think it's a cool feature. It's just interactive with the products. You can go on iTunes and listen also, but you know, to activate the technology that we have available to us in 2017, I think it's inspiring to walk in here and, you know, stream it off the image. Idris Sandu, log that name, nigga. Google that name.
You met the young dude, Idris. He was on the cruise with us.
Beast, man. That dude. And how did that relationship get together real quick?
Man, you know, my 9-year-old daughter, Money Mom, shout out Money Mom.
Hello.
We was on the way to the movie. She said she wanted a unicorn frappuccino. I ran into this young dude that had his computer open. He was working on something I could tell just by looking at the screen. It wasn't released. It was like, and his hand image was showing up on the screen as bone density in 3D. And I just knew technology enough to know that's not out, and I started talking to him. And that was Idris.
Yeah.
The dude's name is Idris Sandu, and he's one of our partners that we curated and designed a Marathon store with. And then also we doing other things together too, but
you know, I think that part of our culture that convinced us, we think like being smart is not cool. Or we think like being intelligent or speaking intelligent is not good. That's out. That's why I celebrate Idris, because, you know, his confidence to be himself and to carry his truth is valuable and it's inspiring. I think we should all take a page from that because, yeah. So the reason he just described everything he's doing is just to give y'all a basis on who he is, so that it's not just Nip up here with some guy that you don't know his background and who he is. It can give a context to what we're doing together. And what we're doing together, the first thing we did on the record was the grand opening of the Marathon store, which was on June 17th. This past, probably like 2 weeks ago. And we want to give y'all a demonstration of what makes the store a smart store. We had a whole doc, like we were going to show the whole documentary is really in depth. I think this is better than we get to talk directly to you. And so this is the first collaboration between Idris and myself. I named him the CTO of my company, All Money In. Yeah, clap that up, clap that up. I think that's innovative and unique because I've never heard of a music company with a CTO. You know what I mean? And so after we established that partnership, we like, well, what are we supposed to do, man? You know, how do we actually move and work and operate in space? And I think that, you know, it's a unique partnership. I was blown away by the reception of the smart store when I actually got to open the doors up. We saw the grand opening, see people interacting with the content. It exceeded my expectations. I would have loved for y'all to see the documentary just because y'all would have got the emotional. You know, Idris and myself, we got a handshake. You know what I'm saying? We got a two men passionate about something. So if Idris is, you know, valuable in other places, of course you're gonna go build value in other places. There is nobody more influential than an authentic hip hop artist on earth. It's a big problem in Silicon Valley right now, and that's what you just touched on. It's the lack of diversity, it's the lack of our people in powerful positions in these billion-dollar companies that are popping up: Facebook, Snapchat, Google, all of these companies. And when people address the company got a good excuse. They say there's no pipeline from the inner cities to Silicon Valley. So your question was how are we going to basically expose our people to the information that has created so much value for this dude, right? There is nobody more influential than an authentic hip hop artist on earth. There is not a more influential person. That's a fact.
All right. The reason this lot is special to us, we started in this parking lot. We grew up around here. This Shell gas station behind us used to be owned by a black man. When we was younger, we used to catch the bus going to school there. And we used to always want to own something. And we used to walk this way going home. Across the street at this Louisiana Fried Chicken. We used to hustle in that parking lot. When I was running around trying to get money, I used to always drive by this lot. And Nip, my brother, used to always be in this parking lot. It used to be probably like 15, 16 people in the lot. A lot of these buildings was abandoned. And they used to be in the lot hustling. So this lot means a lot to me, means a lot to Nip. You know, niggas done stood tall in this lot and opened up businesses and fought and got shot at.
Yeah, so we right here, Crenshaw and Slauson. Take a walk with me. I'm gonna just walk through the lot with you and talk real quick. Yeah, so you know, originally we had this location right here. It was called Slauson Tees. We didn't have these two corners of this third space. We was operating out of this space right here. You know, my brother had, you know, caught a case, went down for a few years. So we ended up losing this space. When he came home, you know, he did like 3 years with 80%. And when he came home, you know, he had a little money saved up. I had a couple dollars when he touched down. We put our bread together. And the first thing he said is, I want to get this spot again. You know, I want to get back where we was at. And at first I'm like, man, you know, we got so much going on with the music. Do you want to be right here? And he like, you know, it's important that we, you know, keep what we had going and also, you know, execute what we started, finish what we started. So he set up a table on this bus stop right here on Crenshaw and Slauson. And basically he was selling t-shirts and socks on parole on a table. You know what I mean? Every day you drive down Slauson, you see my brother in the middle of the street making his sales. The first, you know, bread he got, he grabbed the space. First, last in the security deposit. And you know, from then it been flipping every dollar.
Out here though, my niggas been in this parking lot for years, my niggas, you feel me? Before we had the shop and all that, niggas should be right here out the trunk, doing what we do, getting our little money, you know what I'm saying, scraping up our little ends. And the shit took, you know what I'm saying, each next level. Now we got the shop going, we got the deal popping.
Man, niggas used to get up early in the morning, 6:30. Used to go right down the street to Fats, pick him up. Used to post up right here early in the morning before the sun even come out. Be posted up right here in this parking lot, getting it every day. We had our table set up right here. Probably like 3 days in a row, police came, pulled up, took all our shit. We went back, read up. They pulled up again, took all our shit. The third time they put us in cuffs. Put me in cuffs, put Fats in cuffs. We like, man, what's going on, man? We trying to make some money, man. It was a black officer. We like, man, we all black, man. Shut the fuck up. That's what he's telling us. If y'all want to sell something right here, what y'all gonna have to do is do like the tax-paying citizens and go open up a store and lease it and pay rent and sell something out of the shop. Took all our shit. He uncuffed me. He didn't take us to jail and he left. We sitting down on this curb right here, me and my nigga Fats. Just like, fuck, man, what do we do? Everything's gone. You know, we keep taking a loss. Look up, across the street. It's high-speed tax service right now. That was the first Slauson T's. Right when we look up across the street, there's a big-ass for lease sign. That was it right there. That's what we had to do. That was God telling us that's what we need to do. We need to be in that lot. We need to pay some rent. Stop getting harassed by these police. That's the beginning of this shit.
How many fights I done had in this parking lot, I can't count, man. How many fights Fats had, my brother had, we can't count. How many, you know, incidents with the police right here. Let me show you something. So, you know, if you look where Ant's standing right there, that's where my brother was standing. You know, and if you look where, let me show you, standing about right here. You know, this is where the police was busting from. And police is trained shooters. Police don't miss. And you know, he busting like this in a full clip. And he didn't hit my brother at all.
It's fucked up.
That's Nipsey car, the Beamer.
We've been through so many different tumultuous situations in the parking lot, but the purpose was for what's gonna happen on June 17th. I brought up that story just to let you know, like, you know, it was a higher purpose, I believe, for what we're doing over here. It wasn't to get in trouble with the police. It wasn't to be a menace to the area. It wasn't to, you know, continue a tradition of self-destruction. It was to build. And so all the obstacles and everything we went through for being misjudged and misunderstood, you know, it didn't stop us. You know, it wasn't a brick wall. It was a speed bump. You know, and I embrace it as you know, the resistance, the gravity of trying to do something great. You know?
We laugh and we joke, man. We say, you know, Nip actually needs a plaque. Nip need to be recognized by the city, man. You know, because he's doing something that a lot of people cannot do, and that's rehabilitate the area, give felons jobs, and you know, making motherfuckers be productive and putting something there that works. It's providing jobs. There's a lot of corporations that can't even do this. You can't come and put something here that's actually a working business that is taking people that's out of prison, you know, felons, whatever else you want to say it, and having them be productive.
And so that was the vision, but you know, just the way that it progressed over just issues with the police, issues with just the area, issues with just the city of Los Angeles as a whole, and just the politics of, you know, tribalism and gang activity, and just what we went through from getting raided, getting the shop taken, my brother going to the pen, myself catching the case, us losing the space, my brother coming back home, setting up a table at the bus stop on Crenshaw and Slauson, selling socks and t-shirts, taking the first 1,500, getting one of the spaces, and then it turning into, you know, all of the actual spaces being rented out, everything being renovated. It's multiple employees. You know, it's actually a source of tourism at this point. All type of people from Australia, Europe, Africa, all over the world is pulling up to the Crenshaw and Slauson. And it's not to buy drugs, it's not to do anything illegal, it's to actually tap into the story and support. And so, you know, it's important that the people understand what that process was.
Nipsey is surrounded by his closest, who share a common goal to grow the empire they so humbly started and take the next step in their journey. He's faced with one of the most controversial questions for any independent artist: whether to sign to a major record label. One of the most difficult choices he's ever made. For Nipsey, he's never had the problem of getting offers. For him, it's all about the right fit.
I was at Warner Brothers when we first started discussing the deal, and we had a few talks, and then the talks started heating up, and he was open up to like negotiating for a deal, because everybody knew he was, he had a big independent stance.
With so many labels looking for a chance to add him to their roster, only one label stood out from the rest:
In the back, feeling like Jigga in the GS4.
Atlantic Records. Making the rounds, Nipsey takes meetings all around, shaking hands and playing music off his brand new unreleased album, Victory Lap, his first highly awaited debut album. He feels it's the best work he's ever made.
$500,000 Uncle Sam, hate to see it go. All money in the squad, nigga, even though.
Conversations that once involved only a small circle, now in the hands of a team. A team of professionals who've been given the task of manifesting his vision how he sees fit. The transition can be difficult.
The challenges has just definitely been transitioning him from, being an independent artist, really just having to deal with his team to like opening up to like, trusting more people and giving his music to people that he doesn't know, just like where they could do what they have to do, whatever department they're in. But, it's really just like a trust thing. Like, he had to get more involved with more people. And when you come from an independent place, you're not used to having all these people involved with your music.
Through backdoor negotiations, Nipsey strikes a multi-million-dollar joint venture with Atlantic Records. Now preparing to launch his newly prized album, Victory Lap, Nipsey and his new alliance plan to show the world what he's made of. A bittersweet celebration of a long time coming. And now, a new beginning.
Look, I know perfect timing feels like I'm too late. And I know I'm still great in spite of my mistakes. You know it's authentic every rhyme I say. My only regret is I made niggas wait. See, ain't too many like us, we like vintage bait. And I don't fuck with busters, I can't integrate. Grew up with these killers in my living space. Lot of niggas folded through them village days. Citywide gang injunction, police raids. LA Times rolling 60s made the front page. I vowed to never let tradition seal my fate. Selling dope with hopes to graduate to real estate. I knew I was drumming to a different beat. Felt it in my stomach, I was just unique. We decided we gon' let these visions speak. Then we turned Slauson into Venice Beach. S600 Maybach platinum dealer plates. Wake up in this penthouse to the cityscape. You know it's authentic, every shit I say. I knew self-destruction ain't the only way. Sometimes perfect timing feel like I'm too late. But I know you still great in spite of your mistakes. Before you run your race, you gotta find the pace. Just make sure you cross the line and fuck the time it takes. I got out the county jail 2008. Couple months I dropped the tape and I was on my way. My first single out and set the streets ablaze. On location, shot that video in front the cage. Trying to find my way through this fucking maze. Every concert, 100 niggas on the stage. We're still active, so it's really just another day. Promoters paranoid, the book you, that affects your pay. And when you stop eating, that affects your weight. And when you get hungry, that affects your brain. See me, I'm not tripping, I respect the game.
I mean,
It was the plan was to lock this paperwork in today.
Yeah.
And you know, I talked to Jeff G last night, and we
uh-huh.
decided we was gonna come through early.
I like that.
So I'm like, let's kill two birds with one stone.
That part.
So you know, we announcing our partnership with Puma. You know, we got a big deal. We just
wow.
Oh my bad, did I jump the gun?
Let's go.
You just announced it right now.
Yeah, so you know, we up here signing this paperwork as we speak. Big shout out to Puma.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emory Jones throwing the
Nice.
alley-oop. It's a big situation. We're gonna be doing co-branded products with my company, the Marathon Clothing.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm gonna be an endorser of the brand.
Yes.
And you know, it's gonna be multi-layered. So big shout out to Puma. I'm about to ink this paperwork right now.
That's what it is.
Yeah, let me put my signature on here.
We getting to the
Zoom
money,
in on
dog,
this,
early.
man.
We get to the money early, dog.
Don't show the amount. No.
Blur that out.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't show that. I didn't
Yeah.
show that. We good.
Yo, Nipsey Hussle's
Top
back
of the
on the
top,
Spoon
top,
Show.
top of the top,
fam.
What's up?
What's going down?
Man, we at it. You already know. The album
Congratulations.
coming. Yeah. Thank you.
Nip,
you.
we
up,
here
man?
now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
time,
man.
man.
Dog, I don't know how many times we interviewed Nip talking about Victory Lap. It's official.
Yeah, we finally got a date set. The album is done. It's
Yeah.
mixed. It's mastered. The artwork shot. The video shot.
My guy.
Yeah, man.
My guy. Everything's lining up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. Now, listen, there's so much to go over, Nipsey. There's so much to talk about. I'll get the easy things out of the way. Do we have features on the album?
We definitely got features. We got 3 rap features.
Okay.
3.
And I'm gonna let the track list drop.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
I can see what that is.
And Friday we got something coming. We got some major things happening on Friday.
Yeah, December 1st, which is this Friday, is a big day for the album rollout. It's gonna be a big reveal. You know what I'm saying? So everybody stay tuned, stay close to your iTunes and Spotify's and titles and all that.
That's right. That's right. How's the store doing?
Man, the store doing excellent. It's doing great.
Yeah. We picked up a fish market as well.
Yeah, man. We developing the next space in our parking lot over from the store.
That's right.
We turning into a fish spot. Yeah, so that's
My
it,
man,
development.
my man. Working.
Always growing.
Yeah, shout out to the team too. That's Black Sam, Adam, everybody, Jay, Krusty, Kim,
That's right.
Mack, everybody over there working on that.
I wanna shout out Nipsey, if that's okay. I wanna shout out everyone who's been down to pay since day one.
Proud to pay, yeah.
I mean, yeah, proud to pay. I want to shout out the loyal tribe, as you call them,
Yeah.
and that is very true. These fans, we have been with you throughout the entire ride. This journey has been a wild one, and we've been with you right there.
It's been a marathon for real.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and it continues.
Yeah, absolutely,
dude. So this new deal, it's an Atlantic deal, a strategic partnership with Atlantic Records.
Right.
This is major.
Right.
What does that mean? What does the strategic part mean?
What strategic means is, we're gonna be slick and smart about how we move and partnership.
So the way you've been doing it.
Absolutely, and the way they've been doing too. You
Sure.
know, and then in this specific case, it's a deal between 2 companies. It's a deal between All Money In and Atlantic Records for the services of Nipsey Hussle's next projects.
Yeah.
And the first one we gonna put out is Victory Lap. I've been real adamant about being in control and maintaining equity and ownership and
it's a great thing.
Being a partner at the next level. And so that it took a lot of work. We had to get our weight up outside of the traditional, I guess you would say, ecosystem of the industry. We had to build the value outside of that. And once I feel like we got it to a certain level, what we was asking for and the terms we wanted to be met on, it made sense. And we was able to justify them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And what are those negotiations like, right? Because you've been the face of independence for so long.
Right.
And then now, you're with Atlantic, and it's a different story, it's a different setup, it's a different vibe now, right?
We still indie because, like I said, Nip signed All Money In.
That's right.
Atlantic is partnering with All Money In for Nip's next projects. So it's still, by all means, an indie situation because the way we get to move, the way that the deal is actually structured, you know what I mean? The way that we breaking up the money, the way we breaking up profit, the way we breaking up ownership. But we just get the benefit of Nip being serviced by the whole Atlantic machine.
Sure.
And, being able, for all intended purposes, to be an Atlantic Records artist. It's just that the deal is between Atlantic and All Money In. So that agreement is something that, you know what I'm saying?
And when they want to speak to Nipsey, it's gotta be an authentic conversation. It's got everything's on the table.
Yeah, I mean,
No surprises.
Yeah, for sure. But even in album negotiations, everything be on paper. Everything be on contracts. So.
Sure, so you don't get caught up.
And just the people behind the name Atlantic, them people are, quality people that been in the game for a long time.
Who are your label mates? Is that important to you?
Yes, a lot of people up there that's dope, next level artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody at Atlantic is pretty big right now, you know what I mean? From the new artists to, like, the established people over there. One of the reasons I went with Atlantic, because I saw how they turn these artists into household names.
Sure.
And obviously it come from the artist's work as well. But just, they was involved in a lot of those
There's a lot of experience there, yeah.
From artists that came from the mixtape world and ended up becoming household names after doing partnerships with Atlantic.
Definitely.
So yeah, and then seeing what Julie did as a part of Def Jam.
Right.
Just what Craig did, being over there for all them years, coming from an indie space himself.
Right.
He was an owner of an indie label that Atlantic acquired, and then he became the chairman. And even Kaiser, just how Kaiser been moving.
Mike Kaiser?
Yeah,
OG?
Yeah, exactly.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my team as well, from Steve-O to Karen to JP to my brother to Adam to Fats. Everybody, it's a power agreement, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
A lot of muscle behind this.
Absolutely.
It's time though. The fans been waiting for so long, man, but they've been very patient. You've been waiting as well. We've been waiting.
Yeah. It was important for me to do this my way. And I said it earlier that I almost, I gambled my career on, if it can't go this way, I don't want it.
Sure.
If it couldn't go
You made that decision early on?
Yeah, for sure. And I was going to exist in the space that I could control until I was able to really justify a partnership.
Nip, are you aware that you're teaching people?
Yeah, in a way, I think so, definitely. But then again, I don't listen to people that I can't learn from. So I don't listen to interviews of artists that don't have no value in what they say. I don't listen to music from people that I can't get no game from.
Are you the smartest one in your team?
Definitely not. I might be the dumbest one.
But that's
but
good,
you surround yourself with people that know what the fuck they doing.
Right.
You better believe that.
Yeah, with heart.
Yeah.
Is heart important to you?
Man, I had this convo the other day. I think definitely. I think that's the least value part of the game is the heart.
That's the muscle that got you here.
Yeah, but then again, everybody operate off logic. What's good for them?
Sure.
It's true.
And that create opportunists. And that create, lack of code. And you see all type of weirdo shit going on, because everybody operating off logic. This a good move, this a good look.
It's a good look for me.
Yeah, but it's codes and it's rules. And that's where the heart gonna stop you.
That's right.
From doing goofy shit and doing, disloyal and just playing yourself for the opportunity.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For an opportunity that can just fade away.
You're gonna consume the opportunity, and then it's gonna be done, and you're gonna have on your record that the way you got to the opportunity was fraud. What's up, everybody? What's cracking? I like that hat, bro. Yeah, that's right. Love. Hell yeah. What's up?
We are officially, a week and a half away?
Yeah, like 8 days. I'm a little bit over a week, yeah.
Victory Lap in stores, available to all of y'all.
Yeah, pre-order that thing, man. ASAP. Yeah.
Now, I know you just dropped the track list.
Not yet. I ain't put it out yet. It's coming out. Well, I ain't gonna say when. It's coming out soon, though.
You gonna put it out soon?
Real soon.
Okay, well then maybe somebody showed me a sneak peek or something, because
you get the inside info.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So how has this whole process been for you? Because you've been talking about this album for a few months now.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been grinding, just trying to get the word out for you. Like, what are you most excited about for this album?
Really just letting everybody hear the music. I feel like I never put so much into a project. I've been on a mixtape grind since I came into the game.
Right.
And this being my first album, we did a partnership with Atlantic Records. So I just wanted everything to be elevated, musically, lyrically, the production, the concepts, the features.
Right.
And I feel like we accomplished that. So I'm just excited to, unleash the music and let everybody hear what we did.
Have you been getting clapback from fans because you did the deal with Atlantic?
Well, I mean, just for clarity, I'm signed All Money In for life. I got a Suge Knight deal with my label.
Okay.
But my label partnered up with Atlantic Records, so we did a strategic partnership.
Okay.
So I ain't been getting no negative feedback about it. I think my fans wanted to see me take what I was doing to the next level.
Okay.
And I waited as long as I waited so that we could do you know, a partnership as opposed to a traditional artist signing to a label situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that, because I know knowing people from Atlanta, they do a lot of big things, so I can see a lot of bright things in your future.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm in good company up there.
Exactly. Now, because you mentioned waiting, it just brought to my mind that you were one of the first people to talk about cryptocurrency.
Right.
And my sister, for instance, invested a few years ago. She bought Bitcoin for like, I think it was $600 a share.
Oh, she passed.
And so now when it's up to 10 racks plus, like, how do you project that, especially the urban youth who are like, cryptocurrency, what if I can't touch it? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just something that this is the infant stage of that whole category. It's an investment category, so you know, educate yourself. Obviously, don't just follow what nobody say. But I feel like, you know, to get in Apple really early, or to get in Uber, or to get in any one of these companies that ended up becoming so major, you know, you hear them stories about how beneficial being early was. And so I just wanted to be vocal about the opportunity and just, like, you know what I mean, let everybody hear somebody that's in rap and that's in hip hop talking about it, so it'll hit their consciousness, and if anything, they just go do their research about it.
Everybody's ready for this album to drop. Am I wrong?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So, do you want to start playing tracks for the fans?
Yeah, I got the phone right here. I don't know how y'all want me to do it. If y'all want me to go in order, or you just want me to play a couple of my favorites, y'all tell me what y'all rather do.
I want to hear your favorites.
My favorites? All right, we're going to do that then. So yeah, one of the things when I made this album, I thought about what I love about classic rap albums and just classic albums in general. And one of the things I love is, like, when people take their classic records and they do part twos, you know. So one of my favorite records on the album is a record called Blue Laces 2. So on my Marathon mixtape, I don't know who familiar with the Marathon, that's one of my early mixtapes. I got a record called Blue Laces, and that's one of the ones that really stood out and you know, people really connected to. So I got with the original producer from the first Blue Laces, and I told him, you know, tap back into that vibe. So I'm gonna play Blue Laces 2 for y'all. I don't know who got the volume controls. We gotta bang this shit, man.
Mogul and they know that. Logo on my flow mat. Courtside Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex. Everywhere I go flex. Valet park on some low shit. Whole lot of smoke in that Rory, that thing poke. I take them both to the spot, plus your phone till you back online.
Yeah, so that record called Blue Laces 2, that's on Victory Lap. That's one of my favorite ones.
I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it, no kidding. Breaking down a switch in front of your building. Sitting on the steps, feeling no feelings. Last night it was a cold killing. You gotta keep the devil in his hole, nigga. But you know how it go, nigga. I'm front line every time it's on, nigga. 100 proof flow, running shoot pro. 458 drop, playing bulletproof soul. Every few shows I just buy some new gold. Circle got smaller, everybody can't go. Downtown Diamond District, jewelers like yo. Hustle, holla at me, I got Cubans on the low. Through the Cancun, smoking Cubans on the boat. Then dock that Tulum just to smoke. Look, listening to music at the Mayan ruins. True devotion on the bluest ocean. Cruising, my cultural influence, even revolution. I'm integrated vertically, y'all niggas blew it. They tell me hustle, dumb it down, you might confuse them. This ain't that weirdo rap you motherfuckers used to. I'm a urban legend, South Central in a certain section.
So listen, what's the story? What happened? Let me tell y'all something. First of all, Victory Lap is officially out.
It's released. We've been turning up all night. I got my family with me. But one thing we don't respect is how the LAPD came through and took our Brinks truck. We putting on for the city. We showing love. We raising the expectation of young niggas that come out the hood. And we don't understand why the police want to hate on that.
You know, because I saw recently, like maybe like a year ago or so, the cops raided this place.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
store.
they do that when they want to. They try, you know what I'm saying, to come through here. And,
It seems like you're targeted or something. Like,
well, this corner is known for something else than what we're doing on this corner. So it's a transition and it's a learning curve that the police even going through to really accept that some people from over here are doing legitimate business and paying taxes and like doing everything by the book. That's why, you know, even the other day I parked, even to this day, I parked right there where I'm at. They jumped out on me, the crash police, 4 days ago, and hopped out, let me give me your ID. And I'm telling them, bro,
wow,
you're not gonna find nothing on me. Every time y'all been doing this for how long, bro, you're not gonna find nothing on me. And he took my ID, ran my shit, and he let me go. But I don't take it that personal because they're getting educated also. The police still getting educated to who we are and what our real intentions are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Victory Lap is a project on Atlantic Records. What made you go back and deal with the label? Real talk.
It's on All Money In /Atlantic.
Right.
All
So
Money.
it's on right. Your label.
Yeah.
In a partnership with Atlantic.
Exactly. That's really important. We get that clear. Just because I've always advocated independence.
Right.
You know, so the deal was done between my company and Atlantic.
Right.
You know, Nipsey Hussle as an artist is signed exclusively to All Money In.
Already.
And so, you know, All Money In did a partnership with Atlantic
Right.
for the services of Nipsey Hussle's next few albums.
And you know, like as you listen to Victory Lap, you say several times in the project, I own my own masters.
Yeah, so you know, I got a catalog of music before the partnership.
Right.
And you know, from the Bullets Ain't Got No Names mixtapes to the Marathon mixtapes to the Crenshaw thing.
Right.
And you know, we own 100% of that catalog. So
Right.
I saw the difference of getting that check every month
Right.
as opposed to what they offer you in advances.
Right.
So I just wanted to educate the artist community on how important it is to own the catalog, you know what I mean?
Right.
And get paid every month, every time your music stream, every time it get licensed in a movie. They gotta come holler at the owner of the catalog.
Look, my nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real nigga celebration. It's a dime block declaration.
Tupac of my generation. Young black nigga trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platforms to explain it. He frustrated so he get faded. But deep down inside, he know you can't fade him. And I've had that thought myself, and I'm sure these young people coming up trying to put two and two together, deal with that, you know. So that was just an honest reflection on my mentality before I was embraced by music and, you know, got recognized and started to make money off of my art. When I said Tupac of my generation, Pac was highly intelligent, but in our culture, street culture, especially in his generation, intelligence was viewed as a form of weakness. How do you get the people that's really affected by, you know, what we trying to solve involved? And I think Pac's intention was to do that. I always respect when people find that balance, when they just make such a concentrated art that it's undeniable. We could be intentional and strategic as we want to be, but at the end of the day, we all are moved by next level art. And even you look at the albums that really sold 10 million, you look at Miseducation and Lauryn Hill, look at like Tracy Chapman, even Adele, you listen to Adele, and you don't have to be a fan of no genre. This is just powerful words, incredible music, sincere delivery, and I think that was my goal with Victory Lap, is to just deliver on that level, not onto the parameters of a genre, just to say, you know, this is really feeling, this is really some truth. I believe that's the most effective approach to be successful.
Now, Blue Laces 2, one of my favorite records on the album. You make a Spook Who Sat by the Door reference.
You know about that, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I read that book, but I don't think you a spook who sat by the door. I think your intentions are pretty clear.
Well, now I would say so, but even to the point we made earlier, That's one of the reasons I was so vocal about where I was coming from and what I represented, because I knew who I wanted to mobilize. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna name my last album "The Spook That Sat by the Door." You know what I mean? When I finished my situation with our partnership at Atlantic, and if anybody that ain't seen that movie or read the book, it's about a gang member from Chicago who presented himself in a way he never caught no cases. He had a clean cut look, and he infiltrated the CIA.
Yep.
And he became educated and basically he used their agenda, which was to have a token nigga in the CIA for political reasons. You know, we gonna speak blunt, fuck it. He used it against him. And I think that in terms of hip hop, you think of the message that they embrace, I feel parallel with, like, you know what I mean? The power structure. I don't mean the culture of hip hop, but the power structure of music. They got prescribed personas they expect from us. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the way he used their intention against him was one of my underlying strategies. You know what I'm saying?
You got to put the medicine in the candy.
100%.
And what's interesting about that book, all his people used to call him Uncle Tom and a coon,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
sellout.
Yeah.
But he was there working for them the whole time.
Yeah, and he I don't want to go blow nothing up like he did in the movie, you know what I mean? But just in terms of being able to mobilize his homies to a higher cause, you know? That's something I feel like we all got to do.